Alright, so in this one, we are going to go over if you should summon for these new units of Dragon Ball Legends Part 2 of the 6th anniversary. We have now 2 dual banners again. Very unanticipated from most. We got a coffee hint a couple days ago, which I don't think anyone knows where that's coming from. I think a lot of people are saying like Beerus is like a tire fitted, but Beerus is just a 1% anyways. It's just like, no one expected what we got. God Goku was kind of a hunch of part 1, but that didn't happen, so we kind of let it go. Ultimate Gohan, God Goku LFs, Kid Buu Zenkai, and also a Dark type. The first Dark type in PvP to come to the game, Giblet. Same thing as if you remember Zaha and Saiyan Red. I believe it was last year for anniversary. They came to the game. They sucked. Their kits were very old and very dated, but you know that's what's coming. Should you summon? I think yes. I will say this as kind of a caveat to a point that right now Ultra Gohan is out. I believe, actually we could just check real quickly since why not, we are here. I believe Ultra Gohan is still out and about that you can't summon for, yes. I do not think any of these 4 new units, whether it be Beerus, Evil Buu, Gohan, the other, and God Goku are on the tier of Ultra Gohan, Vegito, or Golden. I don't think they're touching that tier, that kind of top 3 area. I don't think they're there. At least we don't have the full kit, so I could be wrong. But right now, initially, which is why I'm doing this for initial take, if you want to see it, they don't touch his area. They touch this guy's area. I think they kind of fit, you know, around Gogeta Blue, if not maybe even a little better in some spots. But for the others, I don't personally see it. I'm not into that full-on, you know, motion of the ocean of seeing them being a top 3. And if you're wondering team-wise, here's kind of teams I built that would be used for these units. Ultra Gohan alongside the new Ultimate Gohan. By the way, Ultimate Gohan's animations kind of suck, to be honest. His LF animation looks terrible. God, Goku looks great. But Ultimate Gohan, you would run something like this. I think this would work out pretty well, where you would have, if you want to swap, by the way, Super 17 for Ultra Instinct Goku, you could do that. So it would be yellow, purple, green. The situation would be, I believe Gohan has canceled buff effects, so he can't really get rushed by Vegito, or he can't let Ultra Gohan get rushed by Vegito, which would be nice. Super 17 does that as well when there's big stuff happening. So you kind of have that safety in Vegito can't rush you, and you also have a good trio. Ultra Gohan and Ultimate Gohan can be both built ranged. Matter of fact, Ultimate Gohan is ranged, so a team like this, he's Zenkai buff here, he's purple. It would make sense. You could double Zenkai buff one of them if you'd like to. Honestly, I don't think you need to, but if you'd like to, you can. And again, if you want to play Super 17 for UI Goku, that exists as well. Banner-wise, it'll probably be pretty solid for God Goku more than Gohan, but nonetheless, a team for God Goku would be right here, where it would have a lot of safety. This team is super safe, probably the safest team in the game. You have Fusion, which is 100% heal, obviously. You have Comeback in Frieza, which is obviously the best mechanic in the game right now. That's like on a meta unit, because you just don't die on big stuff or any stuff. You just come back and do a murderous amount of damage. Then the third there would be Gohan, rather God Goku. The thing with Gohan and God Goku is what they share is a situation of endurance. Both have endurance, 30% health back on their abilities there. So you have endurance here, fusion, all that stuff going on. We'll mention God Goku and Beerus have AoE greens, which is very good. Obviously, God Goku actually does counter or stop AoE greens one time on his own, just by doing it, kind of like Red Beast. Gogeta Blue does it as well. And then the big differentials, kind of like the highlight to one, then highlight to another. Gohan, he only neutrals 3 counts. Offense neutral, 3 counts on ultimate. Could be something different, but what we know, what they told us, what they showed us is 3 counts neutral offensively. But he has 2 gauges. One is a charge gauge. Think of Ultra Kaioken. All right, think of that guy. You charge, get your gauge. And then it goes into a strike gauge. Now, when you get the full charge gauge, you get an ally heal 25%, you give support 25%, I believe it is, and you lower sub count, I think it is. And then Gohan, I think on his melee gauge, he can seal Rising Rush 15 counts, so he has a lot of more utility. But the difference is, Gohan has defense neutral on his fulfillment of his charge gauge. I believe it's 30 counts, right? 20, 30 counts. God Goku, he has much easier time for himself. By the way, Gohan has cover null only on green card. I think God Goku has on entry and on green, which is very good for him there, obviously. God Goku, he neutrals on blue. Pretty sure it's every blue. And then once he fulfills his gauge, he also has neutral. This is offense neutral, by the way. He has it 5 counts once he fulfills his gauge, which is, again, the charge gauge, think of Ultra Kaioken. It took like 3 to 4 cards to fill his gauge after like charge stepping off strikes and blasts. So it wouldn't be hard to get for either of them. So if you're looking for an offense-wise, God Goku kind of strikes that mold a bit better. The thing is, Ultra Gohan kind of could use a little bit of support if he could get it. He doesn't need it, but if he can get it for free, this Gohan again, he gives support, he ally heals, he does all of that. Yeah, running this setup here definitely would not be bad. Overall, team-wise, this is just safer. It's just objectively safer. There's not much you can really say about that, which is very good. If you're going to get rushed, you don't even have to let God Goku take it to have his endurance popped. You just go to Golden anyways. Like, you're chilling to do that because you shouldn't let Golden die early anyways. It's hard to let that happen. So you have that as well. Both are worth summoning for. I don't think, once again, they hit the Vegito, Golden Frieza, or Gohan tier, but it doesn't make them bad. I think that actually makes them balanced, because those three are more unbalanced than not. Vegito cancels out like 90% of the game, right, with his little, rush shit that happens there. Gohan, he's Gohan. Golden, he has the most broken mechanic and a meta unit in the entire game. So we're talking about all broken mechanics versus more balanced than not. And then kind of Gohan's big, woe factor of Ultimate Gohan is that he counters cover changes, rather. Green cards and blue cards? He doesn't chain into them, but he cover changes. So if they were to do a green card, let's say Gogeta Blue does a green card. He has no cover and he'll Gogeta Blue, right? He stops it. Ultimate Gohan stops it. He comes in. He cover changes during that green card. During that blue card! It's a pretty strong effect. We don't know how strong it is because we've only had this on like Ultra Broly, which Ultra Broly is very Stargated. Gohan probably won't be because it's fucking Gohan. But yeah, they have good abilities in their own merits. Again, I think this team is safer than the other, but both will have good teams. If you want to put UI on this other team, if you want to run pure hybrids here, you could do a green-purple pure hybrids to get the hybrid equips to double Zenka buff Gohan, Ultra Gohan, and then have Ultimate Gohan Zenka buff by 1x with Goten here. You could do that as well. There's variants of hybrids, variants that would be maybe even better, arguably, on damage than this that can exist. Again, you could do Sun Family with UI. Gohan might be heavy range, so you might want to only build on range setups. We don't know. But it's assumed that that would be the case, kind of like Super Saiyan is much more range than not. We will see, but for what I can garner, God Goku probably has like some units that would revive and have safety returning. There's not too many purples running around anyways. If you want to run double greens, I guess you could if you don't have Golden Frieza. Right, you run Pikkon, I guess, at that point. God Goku and Gogeta Blue, green, yellow. There's only a few purples, and it's really only just one that exists. You could get away with it. Again, a setup like this, Ultra Gohan, or rather Ultimate Gohan, his banner, I really don't know. Kid Buu probably's on it, because he's going to Zenkai. Kid Buu's also ranged. Kid Buu, by the way, is going to be one of the better Zenkais, I think, because he has a lot of potential. But nonetheless, it'll probably be a worse banner, Gohan, I'll be honest, but it'll probably still be a good banner. I think they're both worth summoning for. Just from what I've seen from their kit details. Again, they don't strike me as this Vegito, Ultra Gohan, and Golden Frieza tier. They do not. That's the top three. That's all arguable number ones for a lot of people. Even Golden Frieza might be on the lower end of it, but I still think he's arguable number one with that three. But I think they're right above Gogeta Blue, which would be like a number 4, number 5 area. They're probably even better than that. This is just on paper, once again. Obviously, there's no testing so far. This is just my raw thoughts. I think they're both worth summoning for. I think you should go in deep on these banners. Part 3, sure, it'll be something crazy, I'm sure. But if you have all these foundations already set and teams that are already good enough to deal with what that Part 3, whatever monster it is for the Ultra, you'll probably be fine. Having, I would say, at least one of these new LFs would be probably good enough to deal with whatever the Ultra is. I guess Gohan would be the worst of them because he only neutrals the least out of everybody, kind of alongside Gogeta Blue. But Vegito can neutral pretty easily. God Goku neutrals pretty easily. Gohan can neutral a little bit, and Gogeta can neutral a little bit, but then you also have good allies around them. Gohan, if anything, would be the worst if this were a yellow Ultra, but UI just exists, so it would be weird. I think they would age fine. I don't think these 4 units, these 4 LFs, Jesus Christ, 4 fucking LFs within a fucking month span, would age badly. But that's my thoughts on paper. I think you should summon heavy. I don't think it should be light. I think it should be a lot. I'll see you guys in the next one.